Hello everyone, it's Seiji and today I will be talking about Naamah by Sarah Blake. A special thank you to Riverhead Books for gifting me this copy. Before I start, I would just like to give a trigger warning because this book does contain the death of animals, but I won't be talking about that explicitly. Naamah is the debut novel of Sarah Blake and it is a retelling of the story of Noah and the flood, but then from the perspective of Noah's wife, who Sarah gives the name Naamah to. Although Noah's wife, who essentially was the matriarch of the entire New World, was also on the ark, she never really was explicitly mentioned in the story. This book, however, really focuses on her as a person as well as her experiences on the ark. I found this to be a really interesting read. The major thing that stood out to me was the writing, and that really made sense to me when I found out that Blake also is a poet. I don't really know exactly how to describe it, but there was such a quality to her writing which made it such a breeze to get through the book. What I really had to get used to was that this story delved into topics that in our society now are quite stigmatized. Childbirth, intercourse, defecation, basically anything to do with the mechanics of the human body. And it took some time for me to, sort of rewire my brain and just realize that this story takes place thousands of years ago when all these structures and societal rules didn't exist. All these type of things were talked about with such ease and no sense of shame, and I really like that. Because in reality, all those things are just human and there's not really a legitimate reason to be ashamed because of it. And so it got me thinking about why all these really natural things are so incredibly stigmatized. Like, what's the fuss about? What I also really liked was that the book doesn't really shy away from the realities of living on the ark. I mean, they spend months upon months on the ark, so if you think about it, there's a lot going on. The animals will definitely need attention. Some will die or get ill or infected or even reproduce. And their waste, of course, needs to be taken care of as well. I think one thing that really threw me off when it came to this story was the use of the S and F word. I really enjoyed the archaic vibe of the story, and every time I would hear one of these two words, I'd kind of get drawn out of it. And I think because these two words have quite a contemporary feel to them. What I liked the most about Naamah was the strength and the influence that she had, despite not knowing it herself. As her role as mother and wife, she really served as the glue that held everyone together. People looked to her for comfort and reassurance, and I felt that that made her such a strong character. She was also very complex, which really showed in the choices that she made in her life. Never was she portrayed to be a perfect human being. Actually, she was rather flawed, but I feel that that was exactly what gave her a human touch. This was definitely not like anything I've ever read before. I've lately come to notice that I'm rather rigid in my way of thinking. So in my mind, when I feel like something isn't going the way it's supposed to go, my mind just goes like, and then I sort of start withdrawing. And I feel like it's books such as Naamah that have really pushed me to try and be more pliant. Either way, that's everything I have to say with regards to Naamah. Feel free to leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.